Hello, my name is Shreese Barendow, and this is my video for the Lexington Law Scholarship. Basically talking about how I established credit and how I began my financial journey and how you can start yours too. So first off, let's talk about what credit is really quickly. Credit is essentially a number that is derived from multiple different things, which I'll mention later on in the video, but for now, credit is just a number that reflects how well you spend your money and how well you can manage it. How I started my financial journey with credit was when I turned 18, I got a credit card, which is typically how most people do it, and how they establish credit is by getting a credit card. But I got a credit card with one of the major companies that I like to shop at, just a simple, small way to start out. So it was Victoria's Secret. I got a credit card there, and I had a limit of $250. I basically spent only $80 because when they give you that limit, it's important not to spend over that limit or basically really over 50% of it, because you want to make sure that you're going to be able to make these monthly payments every month and you don't want to start off on a bad note. So I spent about $80 and I was able to pay that off in the course of 3 or 4 months. So after this, the next step is what they call an installment loan. This is a bit of a bigger loan. It could be a personal loan, or it can be anything from a car payment to a student loan, kind of like in my case. Your credit, the actual number, there's a range. Typically it's anywhere from 0 to 720 and above. Anything above 720 is a great score. Anything below 500 is really bad. Essentially anything below 560 is back to what things make your credit score. Your credit score is made up of a couple components. 5% of your credit score is your payment history. Payment history is basically how well you've been able to, money that you spent on the credit card or on the loan. Basically just history of have you been making on-time payments. They really want to look at whether you're making your payments on time and whether you're making them in their full entirety. Because percent of your credit is how much credit you've used. So basically how much money you've spent and how much you've been paying it back already. 50% is the type of account, so the type of credit that you're making. So the type of credit that I was doing was through a company, and it's a small credit card, so not like a major one with a huge limit. They're going to look at the type of credit that you decide to make, which it could be a major credit card with a bigger limit, and if you're doing well with making those payments, then it looks great, but if not, it's going to look really bad. Or it could be with installment loans, whether it's a personal loan or a car payment or whatever it may be. They're going to want to know what types of credit and what types of investments you're making and what type of money spender you are. Next is 10% is new inquiries. So basically that means, are you actively looking not to push your limits but to make more financial investments, and are you making smart decisions? It's important to check your credit score at least once a year because you want to make sure that there's no mistakes on there. Forth, there's a few credible sites that you can check your credit report on, and one of them is the annualcreditreport.com. There's tons of reputable places to check your credit, but this one is free every 12 months, so as long as you're checking it at least once a year, you should be completely fine. With that being said, make smart decisions with your credit and make sure to start out small and slow and steady.